effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. So they'll come up first and 10 now
check,
from the 33.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue line it.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. A big play there. 67 yards. And the Jets have taken a first-quarter lead. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Play fake here on first down. They'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack.
And so much for that great field position to start the game. Now they're way behind the sticks. Can't wait to see what their second down call is going to look like now.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. They're going to look to throw. They're going deep for Hill. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up third.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Looking to throw. Going down the middle, and it's complete. No catches for him in the wild card win last week, but he's got a first quarter grab here. A nice job there, Charles. They picked up the blitz, were able to complete the pass.
That had the total feel of a quarterback in control. Red blitz, got him into the right protection scheme, so he doesn't get hit back there. He's got a chance to step up with supreme confidence and deliver it downfield for a nice completion.
On the ground, this is Derrick Henry. And he stopped immediately there. He'll be brought down at the 43. Joey Bosa in on the stop. Boy, that's a lot of sirloin steak to be taken down for no gain, partner.
Are you trying to suggest that he is a huge man?
He is
not just a big man, a huge man.
Big boy.
Well, how about the credit then for the defense to be able to chop that big tree and put him on the ground?
I know back when you played, it took 4 of you to take a guy like that down, right?
Well, that's for sure. And you know what else? I didn't want to challenge him at dinner either.
319! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And he will be hit from behind and run over. Wow. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long.
No. Check. Patriot.
Single. That's single slot.
They'll drop to throw. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
That's certainly playing down and distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. This is brought in at the 21. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Jets will take over 1st and 10. And the Jets set to take the field. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They go play action here on 1st down. That'll be taken in there by James Washington. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
Here we go now.
Now they try the right side here. And he'll get across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Back 99 Philly, here we go.
Now a first carry for their fullback. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And it'll be 3rd down.
Detroit! Detroit!
Watch 12.
All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he can't hang on to it. Nearly picked. He's known for his hands defensively. But instead, it just brings up 4th down. Here's Brad Wing now to punt it away on 4th down. Back deep is Tyreek Hill. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Now this offense about ready to take over again. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground.
Watch it now, Barney,
Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
And he'll get only a couple up to the 22.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now he'll escape to his right. And they went for a big play through the air on 2nd down. Couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd.
What I loved about meeting with these coaches before the game was we didn't even have to ask any questions. They told us that they were going to be aggressive and push the ball downfield. They weren't successful on that play, but look for them to try it again later.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
Now back to throw. This is caught. It's Cooks. Just one catch for him last week in the wild card win, but getting involved early here and picks up the first.
He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Watch him now, Barney. Barney.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Going for the deep ball. And that will fall incomplete. Oh, they took a shot there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. Second and 10 from the 33-yard line.
Detroit! Detroit! Now let's go!
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. It's caught left side by Cooks. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
A couple of first downs, has the football positioned at the 43 as they come up 1st and 10. A play action fake. They'll look to throw. He's going to float this over the middle deep. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Wait a second, they did not accept that after the incompletion. Your look is just as puzzled as mine.
I got nothing for you here. You have to take that penalty, don't you?
It's free yards.
Back 99 Philly, here we go.
4 down, check.
Set, 319. 319. Gone, gone.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the Michigan man, Jake Ryan. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
And this might not be the last interception we see, Brandon. Both of these teams like to throw the football, but here in this snow, ball's not going to always go where you want it to. And this one winds up getting intercepted.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10.
Over. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Single.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90. Leopard. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And does the defense have it? They do, says the referee. We're going the other way.
Thank goodness for heaters up here. And thank goodness I don't have to carry the football in this game. It's January. It's cold out there. Trying to clutch the football and absorb the hits, not easily done.
Yeah, we saw a product of the elements right there.
Set. 319. 319.
Switch.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And it's caught. Touchdown. Brandon Cooks, 39 yards. And his guys are an extra point away now from taking the lead. Well, what a quick turnaround there. They get the football. Next play, boom, touchdown.
I've been in a situation before where a turnover occurs, and if you're over on the bench with your defensive mate, and you talk about what to do on your next series, and all of a sudden you hear sudden change, you got to get out on the field and defend right away. Not everyone is mentally prepared to go.
Is that what is yelled on the sidelines a lot of times?
That, among other things.
Maybe some words we can't share here.
Yeah, we'll just keep this one PG.
FCC violation.
No doubt.
And now out come the Jets. And they got across the 50 last time, but fumbled and turned it over, so they'll be looking to have a short-term memory here, Mr. Davis.
Not only a short-term memory, but a whole lot better ball security. Because if they take care of the ball, continue to move it, their chances of scoring some points, they've got to feel pretty good about. They thought they had things moving in the right direction last time. Fumbles, they don't just affect you on offense, they affect your overall team, because now your defense has to make that stand up.
Over the middle, that's caught by Taylor. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards on the play. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line.
All right, work with me, partner. This is a classic understatement. Their execution has been very poor. Last 3 drives, 2 interceptions and a fumble. Winning football, we're not seeing it right now.
Throwing right, and that's complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red and 10. A first down carry for Henry. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level, because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said no.
And he will take it in for the touchdown. Brandon Cooks with his second touchdown here in this first half. And his guys are able to strike for 6. Now, he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
Boswell on now to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Jets offensive unit ready to get going here. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, you know, we were having a tough patch. This too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here.
Set! Blue 90! Blue 90! Gun, gun! Gun, gun!
I got him, man.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll set up to throw. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 14 yards is the pickup there, and a Jet first down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On the give, this is their fullback. And he'll push his way out to about the 44 here. Shaquille Barrett in on the tackle.
Don't be
minutes remain here in the first half. Back with more AFC playoff action after this timeout.
Yeah, baby.
Detroit! Detroit!
Tight, double tight. Hey. 4 down, 4 down, 4 down.
They'll run it here. This is their fullback getting the carry. There's some space here. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. 14 yards is the pickup there and a Jet first down.
Watching that run takes me back to something a famous old coach once said. Any player he wants on his team, he wants him to be agile, mobile, and most definitely hostile.
All right, here we go. Blue line.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. To the right side, complete to Taylor. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
First red zone opportunity now for the
Watch it now,
Jets.
Barney,
It's
Barney.
1st and 10 at the 14. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. It's the fullback with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Jets can take the lead now with the extra point. And it's no good. He missed it. And the game remains tied. Oh, boy. So we're right back where we started. All even as the kick's away. This is taken at the 3. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Out comes this offensive unit as they get set to take over here. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
No. Check. Patriot.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on it at 2nd down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
4 down, 4 down. 34's the mic.
He'll drop to throw. He's going to look deep down the field. That's caught inside the 20. A big play there just before halftime. Now here's a timeout defensively. Defensive timeout called by the Jets. As it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. This will be their first trip to the red zone. They've got it 1st and goal to
Watch
go.
it now, Barney.
They'll try to run for it with Henry. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Now the Jets are going to burn another timeout as they'll stop him with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. So they're back at the 7 now for 3rd and goal.
Gun!
He'll look to throw. Buying time to his left. He may try and run for this. So no sack. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but it'll still bring up a 4th down.
But there was pressure all around him, so the only play was to try and get out of there. I think it was an excellent effort by him just to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Boswell's kick is good. And with that, they will move out in front by 3. Well, the drive ends in just 3, but they'll take it. Looks like they'll head to the locker room, barring something unfortunate, in front on the scoreboard.
Yeah, they may not be jumping up and down and celebrating because they have the lead, but still, any little momentum in a game like this is important to a team. And they'll feel real good about going in and regrouping, knowing that they are out in front.
So it's on to halftime in this AFC divisional round matchup as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, win or go home, that's the name of the game, and we're back underway with the second half of this AFC divisional round. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So here they come, the road team now getting the football first to start this third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you turn that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
Lucky 56. Back 99, Philly. Here we go. Set. Green 39. Green 39. All right, now, Lucky 56. Lucky 56. No. Check. Patriot. Patriot. Over.
On 2nd down, here's Henry. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Back to throw. He's letting it fly for Cooks. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, 2nd down.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
Watch him now, Barney. Gun.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Dante Jackson picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. Shotgun, he'll look to throw. Over the middle, it's complete. That's good for a 1st down. Here's a guy who went over 1,000 yards receiving in the regular season, and now he's got his first catch of the playoffs. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down.
Patriot. Set. Blue 90.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Line of scrimmage again, the 37 as they line up. Detroit, 2nd and 10.
Detroit.
They'll look to throw here. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. Third down.
Credit the secondary and credit the defensive game plan. They've been in his hip pocket all game long. They understood coming in that he was a big-time receiver.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 30.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. A quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 6 yards on the pickup, and that's going to make it 4th down. They'll break the huddle
All right,
here
now,
and go
lucky
for it.
56.
This is
Lucky
4th
56.
down.
Hey, boys, got four down.
Set. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there. Here we go, D. Get off the field.
They'll try and throw for it here. Rush coming, and he's taken down. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the ball will go over on downs on the short side of the field. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll try and get the run game going. This is Henry. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. To say they've kept him under wraps running the football, that's an understatement. He's been completely neutralized.
Yeah, they've essentially taken him out of the game, haven't they? And you know,
All
all
right,
the
now,
teams
look at
say,
56.
we're not going to let him beat us. No, that's exactly what's happened here. They've lived up to that.
And Cooks has it over the middle. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
They'll look to throw. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
The offense staying out there. They look prepared to go here on 4th and 10.
Right here. Side on the right. Side on the right. Hey.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He is going to find Hill here. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 4th down, no problem. 19 yards that time, but now it's 1st and 10. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Dancing to his left. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Tight end's right. Watch tight. Tight end's right. 4 down.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Back now here on EA Sports. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right? Yeah. Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down. And this offense on 3rd down today, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. Now back to throw. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
They converted once earlier in this drive, but they'll roll the dice here again on 4th down.
58 to Mike. 58 to Mike. Coming this way, coming this way. Here we go, here we go, here we go.
And they're going to take it all the way down and just take the delay. So that'll back them up 5. So here we go. On now is the kicker, Chris Boswell. And Boswell's kick is good. And that will double their lead as it's up to 6. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. New York set to take the field. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. But good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we're
under pressure, and they got to him again. Jake Ryan coming hard on the blitz. He dumps him for a loss of 8.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90. Detroit! Detroit!
58, 58 Mike.
They're going to look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And a 1st and goal coming up here inside the 10-yard line.
I don't care what the scoreboard says, partner. You know who's winning this game right now?
Mother Nature?
Yes, indeed. Precipitation's winning in a big way. Sloppy, sloppy. All these turnovers right now.
Yeah, well, this was the forecast. We got what was forecasted, and we've gotten a lot of turnovers.
Watch it now, Barney! Barney!
They'll try to run for it on 1st and goal. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. Now here's a timeout defensively. Defensive timeout called by the Jets. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. He's going to get it running right. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal.
Watch it now, Barney!
Here's Henry. And he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage with a penalty flag down. This might push him back further. So they decline it as that will bring up 4th.
And I know that yardage and field position are keys to any game played, but you've got to consider downs when you're talking about penalties. And they wisely did not take that one and made it 4th down.
And Boswell's kick is good. And that will make this a 9-point lead. So that's a big one. Obviously, Charles makes it a 2-score game. His 3rd field goal of the game, able to knock it through.
Yeah, not exactly free and clear yet, but as a defense, you get to play a little bit looser, don't you? Because you do now have a little bit of a margin of error, don't you?
New York set to take the field. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though? when they only gave up the field goal, and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive. A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown. But they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punching the end zone without turning it over.
Big yardage that time for the Jets. 46 yards.
Gun, gun! Gun, gun!
They go play action here on first down. Sliding out of the pocket. Oh, that was dangerous. Threw it into coverage, almost picked. But instead, they'll keep it on second down. I guess they're in a situation now, fourth quarter, where they're forced to take some chances, but I don't know that that was the type of a chance you want to take.
And that one could very easily have been intercepted. And if it does get picked off, that could possibly seal this one.
Detroit!
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations. But a guy of his size, can't really hide him. But the tight end direct, a way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
A gain of 6 there on first.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball in the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Back to throw again. And he's going to be wrapped up and driven down.
Push him back.
Time for a break. We're back to finish this
No,
one
no, no,
off
check.
after
Patriot,
this.
Patriot! Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90.
Back to throw here. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow him to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let him get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up 4th. And this is going to be no good. He missed it off to the left, and this score will stay right where it is. Boy, you sure don't see that too often.
I guess you can't really call anything a gimme, but you figure with his track record, that's a sure thing. But it turns out it's not the case.
They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now, I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. They'll run it again with Henry. And not much of an opening there as he's only going to get this to about the 32. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
And this is an absolutely big 3rd down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Has to. You said big 3rd down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here.
Tight end right, tight end right.
Here we go now. 3-19.
Looking to throw. And going deep for Hill. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off inside the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. 2-score game here in the 4th, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. They've got his man complete. And all the way down to the 37. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here. as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's first down on the other side of the field.
All right, here we go. Green, 39.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Got a man that's caught at the 6-yard line. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. And that one results in 35 yards. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he is in. Touchdown, New York. A great effort there. Punching it in from a yard away. And the interception by the Jets D leads to a touchdown. A little surprising they wouldn't go for 2, but this is up and good. And the lead is down to 2. So with just under 40 seconds to go, you figure this is going to need to bounce their way if they have any shot. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though now. This one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it in.
They begin with Henry. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. And looking at it from the perspective of the losing side here in this divisional round, it all ends so abruptly, doesn't it? A few hours ago, you've got all this hope and anticipation of maybe a deep run, and now you're out of it.
Well, let's applaud the team that won, and rightly so. They're moving on. They still have a chance to get to the big game. But let's not bury the team that lost. I think I do a lousy job of illuminating what a great year they had. Let's face it, when it's all said and done, they were one of 8 teams left with a chance to get to and win the Super Bowl. That's a pretty darn good season.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, and this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. With that, we say so long, everybody.